Okay, so guys, in this chapter, we are going to talk about the conditional formatting. Okay, it is a very useful chapter. It is a very useful subject in Excel because when you do the analysis on the data, uh, you can also let your audience, make aware of the uh, let's say the project status also, in terms of whether they are green or red or improving or degrading, by showing the colors, different type of colors. So generally, if your project is doing great, then you can show the color of a cell as green, and if it is not doing well, let's say if it is below target, then you can show that the color of the cell as red. Now this is, I'm not talking about these colors, this is something manual. I'm talking about, because it is a conditional formatting, so I'm talking about how you can put the formulas in the here, basically in the home tab. In this conditional formatting, we are talking about this. So when you go to this new rule, I'll show you. So this is something we will do. So here we have a different options, and here you know go and give the criteria. So these criteria work on your cell values, and according to the criteria setup, they give you the returns, right, by giving you your the color which you have set up, right? So we will start from the scratch. Let's talk about a very simple code to understand the conditional formatting. uh, I will go and write here something, let's say 70, 88, 44, 55. So you have these values here. Now what we want to do here is, I want to say that, let me go and write this as a sheet number 1, exercise number 1, let's say. We want to say that any cell value, if it is greater than 70, it should be green. Any cell value which is between 50 and 70, between, I'm saying between, okay, which means 50 is also included, that should show as yellow. And any value which is, let's say 20 to 50, that should show as maybe you can say light red, and any value which is less than 20, that should show as dark red. Colors you can, make your own choice, right? It has no limit. So how we do these things now, because it is a conditional formatting, so first what we will do is we will go and select the entire data. So as you can see here that I have selected the entire data. This is your first step, because conditional formatting will be applied on your selection, not on the entire sheet, right? And this also makes your file heavy. If you have applied a lot of conditional formatting in a huge data, remember this will also impact your file size, okay? Because everything you do in Excel, whether it is coloring the cell, giving the borders, or maybe writing the data, it always impacts the size of the Excel. So we first select the entire table where we want to target the things, and then we go in the home tab. This is my home tab, and you can go and say conditional formatting. You'll get a lot of options, but these options we'll get in this new rule also, so no need to distract from here. These all the options are available in our this new rule also. Now new rule, clear rule, manage rules will do all the things. First of all, new rule is when you are going to set up the criteria. So we will use the new rule. Clear rule would be obviously to destroy the rules if you don't need that rule. If you want to delete the condition formatting, you can do that. Manage rule is how to modify the current existing rules. When I say rule, I mean the condition you're going to set up. Okay, so first we will begin with the new rule. I click on the new rule. Now this pop-up comes. According to your Excel version, this may look little different, right? But I think 2013 and 2010, you don't find much difference. Not even, I think in 2007, I think you have this almost this the same sort of this window. Now the first thing which I want to do is, you can see here there are a lot of different types of rules. Format all cells based on their value. format only cells that contain, format only top or bottom ranked value, format only values that are above or below average, format only unique or duplicate values, use the formula to determine which cells to format. So you have got almost 6 conditions here, and every time I select anything, you see that this lower grid, this window where you go and put your things, this is also changing. So that means you also need to first of all go in the right window, right? So that comes with the experience, obviously. Now guys, what we are talking here, we are talking about the cell value. Okay, so let's say as a beginner you go and click here, because you let's say after learning from here, you go and practice it, and then you forget that what was the conditional formatting I am supposed to go in which particular grid, if I have to give the cells a color basis their value, right? Let's say you forget that, right? So then we have a solution. I mean, you can click here and you can see that is it actually a window which is somewhere telling you to do some sort of coloring basis the cell values. You can see here it does not say any sort of that thing. It says minimum value, maximum value. So when it is giving you this sort of window, I think it will be easy for you to judge that whether you are on the right window or not, right? So obviously you would go and check for the another alternate. So now when you go here, so if you have already taken the lecture from the class, you would immediately remember, this will strike in your mind that all right, so this is the window I was talking. But otherwise also, if you go here, you can see this window says cell value between. Now this looks very close to our requirement, isn't it? So definitely these are the drop downs. So you will go and try to see that what sort of things are here. So here also we have cell value, specific text, date occurring, blanks, no blanks, errors, no errors. So we have a lot of stuff here. Generally this window is used for the cell values. Okay, so cell value, and then you click here, and this is, I think, will give you a clear cut idea that this is the right window. You can basis the cell values, you can put the conditions, use these all the different conditions. Now my first condition is greater than 70. You can start in any order, doesn't matter, because if I say greater than 70, that number can never be between 50 and 70 and 20 and 50 and less than 20. All the conditions are different, so you can start from anywhere. So let's say we say that greater than or equals to, you need the greater than or equals to, or greater than. I need the greater than, so I say 70. You go and write here 70. Now if your cell value, now which cell value? The selection, right? Now understand one thing, you can also select single cell and do the conditional formatting, but then you have to go and then put the condition formatting in the rest of the cells also, which I will be I'll tell you what is the procedure. But instead of that, it's a good idea that you select all the cells. Condition formatting will automatically get applied in all these cells. You don't have to worry about it, right? So if it is greater than 70, you must click on this format. This is a preview. This tells you that how the conditional formatting will look on your this cell. Right now it says nothing because you haven't given any color. I click on the format cell. This is where I'm going to give my colors. So you can have the numbers here, you have the font, you have the border, you have the fill. You can do a lot of things here, guys. First of all, the very first thing which I want to do is I want to give it a green color. You can select the green color here, right? Now sometime what happens, people don't like to give this green color, I mean in this way. You have the option also fill effects, right? Like I use generally this option. Fill effect means when you click on the fill effects, basically be on the two color. This is my favorite combination. Now here we have a color 1 and color 2. You keep your color 1 as it is, don't do it any changes. This is a white, I mean, just click here. If this suits you, only then. So this is sort of cell color would come. Now you can see it can be vertical, it can be diagonal. So you can change all these cell, the colors, whatever, I mean the combination, the color combination suits you. You can do that from here. It is not mandatory, but I'm just telling you because this is this looks little, I can say, stylish, rather than selecting the single color. It's not that you can only select the green and the white. There are a lot of combinations, right? For example, you want to make a combination of this. You can see that this is how this is the combination, right? So this thing I leave it to you how you want to go and do the things. By default this remains as white, and then the color 2. So color 2 I'm going to create here light green, or maybe we can go and create the dark green also. You can see dark green also coming like this, right? So I would go and keep my maybe diagonal up is fine. Okay, I click OK. Now that's how the color would look like. If you don't want to go in this fill effect, you can choose any color from here also, right? This is very simple. Then you have the pattern colors, so how you want to basically go and make the different patterns, right, of the color. Pattern style is also there. Like for example, if I go and choose this, so this something I have never used in conditional formatting, but you should know it, right? And moreover, this is something which even if you do not know and you sit and start doing the practice with little bit of research, you would come to see all these things. They don't have that much of importance. Okay, so now I once again go in the fill effect, and I go and choose my this color, and we click OK. That's how it is. Now this is in the fill color. Okay, now would you like to create any border also for that cell? Well, I don't create it, but for you I just go and create it. Okay, so border, so these are the border lines, guys. So let's say besides giving the green color, I also want to make a border. Just I'm giving you the example. Okay, so let's say I want to make the black border with maybe let's say this line. Select the line, click here, you can see that this is coming like this. So this is the cell border, and this will come if the cell is greater than 70 apart from the green color, right? So this is something, again I don't use it. Font, you can also go and see that, all right, so the font also has to go, maybe you want that it should be bold and italic, let's say, right? And then you can go and choose the font color also, guys. We have already given the green color to the cell background, but this font is for the text, so you can do that as well, right? So let's say I say that with the green, what I want to do is I want to show this kind of a color, right? Again I'm repeating, we don't do that kind of a conditional formattings. We just focus only on two things generally. Primarily the main thing is the coloring of the cell, that's it. We don't really go and give the borders and the text color, but the options are always there. You can also make that strike through, this strike through. So this is how the entire thing will work. Okay, I click on the OK. Before you click on the OK, you have the number also. Number we will not touch at all, right? Let's keep that as it is. I click OK, guys. Now that's how you can see your preview looks like. Can you see that the bordering coming, the cell color coming with the strike through, and this green color also coming? So you have to just go and press OK. Click OK, and you can see your condition formatting is applied. Right, I know this is not a good combination. Better you should stick to the black color instead of this, the text color, the sort of this blue color. But as I said that we're just exploring all the options. Okay, so once you are done with this, we have to go and again select the data, and again we click on the condition formatting, and again we go in the new rule. Again you go in the same criteria, and now you say cell value between. So cell value between 50. I repeat my all the steps again. This time I will only give the color. Okay, so I give, let's say 50 to 70. I want to give it a color called yellow. Okay, I keep this fill effect again. I go and use the fill effect, and I say this is the color I want to give. Click OK. So you can see that we have got the second condition applied. Then we have again format only cells, cell value between 20 and 50. You want to format it, and you want to format it with some which color now you want to format it, right? So let's say light red. So this is your light red, and this is your dark red. Again I go in the fill effect, and I use this combination, which is this one, right? Click OK, click OK. This is how it is. The last thing which I will now do is new rule, less than 20. Now if a value is less than 20, I want to give it a dark red, and this time I do two things. maybe you can give the white font, but let's leave it like this only. So I'm going to give it this, guys, dark red. Okay, I will not go in the fill effects now. Click OK. So now you can see this is how your Excel looks like, right? And conditional formatting means it is not going to be removed from here. If you think that you go and can say no fill, this is how we remove the colors, this will not go, it remains there, right? Unless you go and say that I select this data and I say conditional formatting and I say clear rules from the selected cell, then the conditional formatting will be removed. So this is how you can remove the conditional formatting. If you go and use this option, then all the conditional formatting will be removed wherever it is on your sheet. So use these options very carefully, because once it is gone, I do not think so you will be able to undo it. Okay, so I always prefer this option, selected cell. So whatever selection you have from there, this will go. Okay, now if you want to check the values, we can go and check some values here. So I go and let's say put some value here, 88. You can see that my cells are changing, the colors are changing. 7, dark red. If I go and say 55, the color is changing. This is your conditional formatting, the first step towards the conditional formatting, right? So obviously, guys, when you send this report to somebody, you have to show them these grids also, so you can put this grid somewhere on the top, because otherwise this is of no use, right? So that's all. Maybe you can go and say you can put this information in the form of comments also. I'm not sure if you know this is a very basic part of the Excel, so let's cover this. You can also put the comments, right click here and right click and say that insert comment. Do you have anywhere option? Yeah, this is the one, insert comment. I click on this, see what will happen. This window will come. Acer actually is my laptop, my booting the username, so you will have your username also there. If you want to show it, good. If you don't, just delete that. Maybe let's say I can say that, or maybe I can say that read this, right? So you can put the information here. You can say that greater than 70 green, which means that target met. You can increase the size of this as well. Till the time you are writing something here, it will be in the edit mode. Okay, and same way you can say 50 to 70, right? Progressing good, whatever you want to write, guys, right? So that's how your comment would come here, so people can go there and check that information, right? So you can also write here, there are a lot of ways of doing it. Read this comment, because generally comments are not visible till the time I won't go here and hover my I won't go here and select the cell, right? That's how it is. Now what if you want to remove this comment? Right click, delete the comment. What if you want to go inside that again, you want to edit the information, edit the comment, and this is where now you will get in the editing mode. Okay, and you should be knowing the shortcut command as well, shift F2, to insert the comments. For example, I press shift F2, see this, you see that the comment is coming, right? That's how it is. So go and delete this comment, it is deleted, right? So this is all up to you. Now this is done. Now the next thing which I want to do is I create a copy of this. Now we would like to go and do the same task, but by linking these values with the Excel cells. Okay, what I'm saying is you can also go and create this same stuff here. You can write the values, for example 70, 50, create the table 70, then you can go and say 20, and then 50, and then 20. So make this table. Obviously not a good idea to share this with the user, you can hide them. So first let's go and remove the existing condition formatting. So I say that clear rules, selected cells, there we go. 1 second. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to say that if anytime I want to change my values here, I can do that, and the conditional formatting will pick up these targets. Because right now, let's say if I say in this previous exercise that the target greater than 70 is raised to target greater than 80, and then the yellow should be 50 to 80. So what you will have to do, you will have to select this entire thing, and you have to go to the conditional formatting, and you have to go to the manage rules, right? And you will get your all the rules which are available in that selection, not in the entire sheet. Then you find where is your that rule, so you select this rule, so you have all the rules coming here. Very simple. If you want to edit it, you can. If you want to delete it, you can. I'll talk about these arrows also. So obviously I don't want to delete it, I don't want to make a new rule, I want to edit the rule. What is the rule? Click here. This is the same, the thing which we have done. So then I go and change this value 50 to 60 or whatever. I'm just saying that if the numbers, the target gets changed, then you go and write here all the things, right? So that's something I don't want to do. You go select this cell, go in the edit rule, and now you say here I want this greater than to 80, so you will go and change this to 80 and then click OK. Or if you want to again give some different color, then you go in the format and you can do that editing. Instead of doing that, what we are now trying to do, we are going to link the condition formatting with the Excel cells so that we don't have to go inside the conditional formatting. This is the another way. So I quickly go to the new rule. Again, say window, I will select this window, cell value greater than, you choose this, and now in the greater than window, what you want to do, this cell, remember that this is I7 now, it's a dynamic thing you are doing. So for that I use the green color, let's say OK, click OK, done. Again conditional formatting, new rule, select this. Now you say between what, this cell, click here, this cell, I8 J8, I want to give it a yellow color, press OK. Again use the conditional formatting. Now you can also go through the shortcut key also. So I told you that day, if you press Alt key right now, you see your all the main tabs of your ribbon will get activated, right? I'm not sure how this works in the if you're using some another operating system, but if you're using the Windows, this is how it works, right? And if you're using the Microsoft Excel, then this is how it is. I'm not sure how it works on the Apple part, but Alt key activates all these things, and then you go in the which tab, home tab. So you can see that in the home tab I have H, I press H, Alt H, and now in the conditional formatting you see I have got here L, so that means Alt HL, right? Alt HL, and then for the new rule it is N. So I go and press N, right? Long shortcut key, but you can do that with a little bit of practice, you will remember it. So condition formatting, now what it says, between 20 and 50. So this time I give it a color, this one, click OK, right? Again Alt H L and new N. Once you have the practice, you don't have to wait for the, you will press in just seconds. You don't be dependent upon the ribbon if you remember those shortcut keys. But I have to look at it because I don't use this. Less than 20. Let's go and format it, guys. I'm going to format this as red one. Click OK. So finally you have the data in front of you. Okay. Now tomorrow if the agenda is changed, let's say they say that greater than 90 should be green. So what you do? You write here 90. See what will happen. When I press 90, the color is gone. Now if you go and ask me that why this color is not coming, there's no color coming, red, dark red, light red, yellow, green, because this number 88 and the other numbers, they are not falling in any of these criterias. That is the problem, because if you say greater than 90, then 88 is falling in which slab? It's nowhere falling, right? So generally it never happens. If you say that greater than 90 here, then obviously the other target would be 50 to 90. So we will make this 90, right? I press enter, and now you can see the colors will automatically come, because now we are saying 50 to 90 should be yellow, and then greater than 90 should be the green, right? So basically what I'm trying to say is, if you give the proper values, if they are in the sync, if they don't have any gap, the conditional formatting will always work, right? So this is how now you can change. What I'm trying to do is tell you is that you can change your conditional formatting. You don't have to go to inside this. So this is the another method. You can set your conditional formatting with these things. Now conditional formatting is you have a lot of things in the conditional formatting. Okay, it is just not the one thing. For example, now you have learned one thing, that whenever there is a requirement of coloring the cells basis their values, which means when you want to do say equals to, not equals to, comparison, all that stuff, you go and use this conditional formatting, this one, right, this cell value. But there are many other things as well. For example, I go and select this cell, I copy this, and I go and paste this here, right? So I pasted this value here, and I say no fill. It's not going, guys. No fill. Does that mean that I have to create this value? I have to write all these values again? It is not that. If you know the paste value option, good. If you do not know, see this carefully. Normal paste, normal copy and paste obviously will go and show the colors also. And the colors also not coming perfect. If I say Control V, it's showing all the greens, right? So but I don't need that. I need only the values. Then what is the solution? When you copy this and you go here, you don't use the Control V, you use the paste special. It is a very useful option, paste special. We will talk about this. Paste special, Alt ES is the shortcut key. Okay, or if you can go to this home tab, in the home tab you have this paste, click here, and here you have this paste special. This window would pop up. This window has lot of options. Right now I'm interested only in the values. So when you click on the values, only the values will be pasted. Okay, so anytime guys, if you're copying something, it has some formulas or it has some colors, and you do not want that, you just want that the value should be pasted, use the Alt ES. I write here project, let's say. So let's say you have a Sigma project, you have a error free project, you have a VBA project, you have some MIS project, so these are all the different projects. Now I go here and say that this is how the project is completed. Status, let's say. Okay, now let's say I write here the project completed is 70%, 10%, 50%, 33%, 20%, and maybe 44%, right? Now we can use the conditional formatting here to make this more meaningful. Okay, we can show some graphs also here. Conditional formatting can also be used as graph. I'll show you. Now see this. This is where I would like to go and create my, the things. Okay, so what we will do now, I will go and select this data, conditional formatting, and I click on the new rule. Right now, the same option, as I said, that two color scale, 3 color scale. Instead of that, we have the better options like icon set on data bar. So I click on the data bar. Now you see that in the data bar, what it says, show bar only. If you just want to show the bar only. Okay, so we'll talk about this. Minimum value, maximum value, and bar appearance, fill, solid fill, color, no border, and the color. So this is your preview actually. If you look at this, right, if I say that I want to put the border, you see that this border, guys, again I show you this, no border. There's no border now outside the color. I don't touch this part. Okay, you want to see what happens with this black color, so let's go and click on that. I go and change the color. Let's say this is how you can change the colors also. So I go and let's say I give this black color, right? And you want to change some gradient fill. Gradient this is how the gradient looks like. So we have different colors here, right? Now what we do here is I say that the data bar and the minimum and the maximum. I want the minimum, the lowest value. So I go and say the number. I want to give a number of my choice. Now I say that it has to be minimum is 0. Okay, let's say minimum is 0, and this is your maximum number. So maximum is a project can go up to 100, not beyond that, right? Okay, and I go and give this maybe this color, green one, right? So and let's go and use this solid fill. Perfect. No border. Let's say I want to give the border also. So the border is also coming. Bar direction, left to right, right to left, context. Let's keep it the by default options here only. Okay. Now this color is also coming. So if I go and say yellow, you can see that the yellow color is coming of this border. So this is also something you can do. So if I select the black one, the black is the border. Okay. Now let's go and run this. I click OK. So this is how conditional formatting is applied. Now obviously I don't have any values here, but let's go and check that, So once I start putting the values here, is it going to work? You can see that it's working. Right? Look at this. So if I go and write here somewhere 100, this is completed. If you go and write here 97, that is how it looks like, guys. So what is happening here? Your bar graphs are coming, right? And if I go and just put this in the middle, that's how you can use this middle option. That's how it is. And I was just thinking, if I go and remove the border from here, how it is going to look like. I say no border. This is much better, isn't it? So this looks like a graph to you, but this is not a graph actually. This is just a conditional formatting you're using, right? And I can go and increase a little bit just the width side. So instead of showing this status, you can hide this, right? Now the point is, you would say, but this is not related to my percentage, because here I'm writing some numbers. This doesn't show that this is the 70% completed, obviously, because right now I did not link these cells with my graph here. I just wrote some numbers. I go and delete the numbers now. when you delete the numbers, your graph is also going to be removed, obviously, right? Now the first thing which I want to do here is I want to link, I create this thick border. Okay, let's do in this way. Now guys, you see this is my 70%. So if I write here 70%, I will get the graph, right? Now before you ask me that 70% is this much, this is almost like 1%. Actually 70% is in a percentage, so Excel will treat that as 0.7, 70 by 100. So what you need to do, if you have to write here 70%, you don't write 70%, you write only 70, like this, then the things would good look good. And obviously guys, this formatting has to change to general, don't show it in percentage. This is the thing again. So you have a 10% here, so you just write 10% is what? 10% means it is 10. If you start counting this on the slab of 1 to 100, what does that mean? 50% means the job 50 is done, isn't it? But now my question is that why we are writing all these things manually? Because if tomorrow somebody changes this to 80%, VBA project is done now 88%, he has to change this also, which is wrong, so we can link this. So how are you going to link it? Obviously you can't say equals to this, because if you say equals to, this will have 70% and this will have 10% and this will have 88%, so the graph would not come. So in order to convert this into a number, you do one thing: 70% D2 should be multiplied with 100. So what will happen? You will have the 70 coming here, right? I drag this and I go and drag this. Make sure you have all these numbers in the, not in the percentage format, they should be in the general format or the number format, whatever. I go and drag the formula. Now your values are coming directly from here. So now when I say 55%, let's say, you can see that this is 55% showing. So when I say 9%, this is 9%. When I say 99%, this is 99%. Automatically the values are changing, right? Now one more thing, generally people don't like to show these values here, only the graph, because if the graph is there, then the numbers automatically, you get the idea from the graph view. So you go to the conditional formatting. If you remember that option, show icon, when I click on this and when I say edit rule, you have here an option called show bar. Click here. Now when you click OK, that's how when I apply this, your numbers will not come here now guys. Numbers are there. If you select the cell, you will find the formula here, but the number will not be shown. So that means if I go and say that project is 60% completed, this graph will automatically change because the formula is applied here. But to make it more presentable, we are not showing. And I can, by the way, if this number, if you have to send out this report, you can also even hide this. And this is how you can send your this report also. Let's say give this Arial narrow, maybe Arial black, whatever. Increase. That is how it looks like. You can increase the height also of the row. Select all the rows, right click, row height. So right now it is 20.25. I go and make it let's say 25. That is how it is. Okay, so same way I can increase the width also. So this is how your this entire thing, the graphs can be prepared. Okay, what else we have? Again I select this, go to the conditional formatting, and let me just unhide that. Let's see what else we can show here. So first option, all cells based on their values. So we were in the data bar, if you remember, right? These are the data bars. Color you can choose, as I said that. And So automatic means automatic, everything will be judged by the Excel. Excel will check what is the minimum, maximum, sort of that thing. What I did is I put the number here actually, and I haven't used it for the percent or sort of that thing. I always go for the number. Now instead of the data bar, if I have to use the icon sets, I can use the icons also. This is my favorite area. You have here a lot of icons. You can create the traffic lights also. You can create these symbols also, these ratings also. If somebody if you are making some scorecard, you can make these, all these things, I mean, right? Now first we start with some maybe this graph. Let's go and choose this graph, right? The graph, you have selected this. So remember, my selection is blank right now. In the F column this will get applied. Okay, so now here guys, you can write the different things here. You want to go by the type, you want to go by the percent type, number type, formula type, percentile. I use number only, right? So first I go and convert all these to numbers. Now this is a full graph, you can see. So I say that when the value is greater than 90, equals to and greater than 90, when you click outside, you see this condition automatically changes. Now it says that obviously if, this is what I was explaining in the question number 2 also, that when you write the conditional formatting, don't leave the gaps, otherwise some cells may not get the color. Okay, so less than 90 automatically comes. If something is greater than and equals to 90, then you say that what you want to do, you want to show the full graph. But how about this graph? This I want to say that if it is less than 90 but greater than equals to 80, so when you click outside, this now changes to less than 80. Automatically the numbers will change. So this has to come in, let's say 60 to 80, and when this is less than 60, this is what we need. You can change the icons from here also, instead of changing from here. This is also okay. So let's say I want to give this color. See that, right? So this particular icon would come from greater than 90, rest would come according to this. But this I don't think so you would ever do, because it has to be of the same type. That's how your graph will look presentable. So now we are done with this. Now again I show icon only. I'm gonna click here, since you have seen that show icon. So I just want to see the graphs, not the values, guys. Okay, I have converted all the numbers, right? So let's go and do that. I click OK. Now obviously conditional formatting is applied, but we don't have any value in these cells. So the values would come from where? Obviously from your D column, So you already know what we are supposed to do. So I go and select this. Now I press enter. Now this is how you can see the graph looks like. So if I drag this, all the graphs would look same, because again the same reason. 55% is 0.55. If you go and see that from the Excel perspective. So I have to multiply them with 100 to convert them into a whole number. So 55% multiplied by 100 will make it 55. And now we will have a graph. I go and drag this. You can also go and increase the size of these graphs and put them in the middle. That's all. Now you see numbers are not coming, guys, because we unchecked that option. Why we want to show the numbers, that's why it is. So this is the only project which is going pretty well. Same way you can choose the another graphs also. One of my favorite is this one, conditional formatting. So let's do one thing, since we already know. Let's quickly put the values here into 100. They are directly coming from your project, right? So we have the values. Conditional formatting, new rule. Now as I said that you see that these are all icons. You can choose these icons from here also. If you go and select from here, let's say I select this one. Look at this. right? So 55 is half, 60 is again this one, 99 is looking complete failed, 44 is looking little half, so what is happening basically, it has already picked up all the values. So if I go and say, let's say I go and write here 6%, you see that it's gone, right? This is a shortcut. This won't give you the option to choose the things according to you. This is the intelligence which is deciding how the values I'm gonna put that, right? Now maybe, let's say maybe for 6% you do not want to show this as blank, you want to show 6% means something, 0% should be blank, right? So you can customize your own things. So first I go and I say clear rules. First I clear the conditional formatting. Let's go and start this again. I don't use these outer drop downs. I go always in the new rule. This keeps me focused, and I go and say icon sets. So I now go and say icon sets. I want to use this one, right? So I have selected this option. I click on the show icon only in the very beginning only. Now percentage. Now okay, so first tell me, let me keep this option as percentage. Okay, percentage. This time let's use the percentage only, not the value. Okay, so I say when the value is greater than 80, okay, let it be full. Okay, when the value is less than 80 and greater than equals to, okay, 60, done. 60 to 40, this is how it should look, and I say that 5, right? Greater than equals to 5 to 40, or maybe let's say I say 2. So when it is less than 2, it should be blank. This is what I'm trying to write here. That's how it is, right? Okay, now I click OK. I click OK, and now can we have a look here how this data looks like? So you can see here, guys, first of all, that the 6% is not showing any color, which is wrong, right? So if I go and put this, let's say I put here again 6%, this is not working, right? And if I go and put 78, this is looking good. 88, this all is going good. The problem is with this okay, 6% is also looking good to me. It's coming now, right? 2% is not coming, and 3%, I think 3% was supposed to come. Let's go and check that. Okay, when less than 2, so when less than 2, it should show blank, right? Or I would say, let's say 1 to 40. So less than 1, it should come as blank. But here you have a 3%. It should not come here as a blank, right? Now what I do is, because if you go and in the conditional formatting, if you go and edit the rule and say you want to see the values also, I click on the edit rule. So I uncheck this, show icon only, apply. So you have now 6, 60, 78, 88 and 6 and 3, right? But this answer is not correct. Now what I do is, I select this entire thing again. I go in the manage rule and I click here and I say that edit the rule, and this time I say you have to be a number. So I keep on changing the values. This is 80. This is 60. and this is 40. I'm not changing the values, I'm just changing the formatting. So this is 1, right? Same thing, let's go and check that now how it is going to come. So I say show icons only, let's say. Now can you see that it is working? Now 3% is not blank, guys, right? So what I did is, because these all numbers are coming in the general tab, right? They are not in the percentage. That's why I converted them into a number. Now basis this, if I even write 1%, the graph shows here this. If I write a 0%, then only it will go nil. So this is working now, right? We can see here now. Okay, let's say I go and write here some names. Now you want to highlight, let's say, the duplicate values. Right? So if you want to highlight the duplicate values, you select this, go to the conditional formatting, new rule, and here we have an option called format only unique or duplicate values. This is a different window, as you can see. So you want to highlight duplicate or unique, you can choose from here. I say I want to, let's say, highlight the duplicates, okay, and I want to show them in the yellow color. So these are all the duplicate names. And this is how you can use this option. Now if you have a sort of let's say numbers like 88, 99, 77, 55, 33, 7, 55, 66, 32, 21, let's say. Now I say, see this option, new rule, format only top or bottom ranked values, right? So you want to format the top 10 values, let's say percentage of the selected range. You want to go by the percentage of the selected range, which means this will be first calculated what is the percentage of this, you know, the entire range, and then it will check individual values based on that percentage, you know. Right now I keep this option as unchecked. I say top 3. Let's give them the yellow color. Okay, we have the bottom option also available. I say top 2 format values that rank in the top 2. So I click OK. 99337 is coming. So these are the top 2 values in your database. If you want to check bottom, click on the manage rule, go here and say that bottom 2. Now bottom 2 would be, I think, 21 and 32. Yes. Now this does not mean only this, you know, that it's working only for the first time. If you do any variations in your list, it should change. For example, I write here 8. Can you see that? The number will automatically change, right? So if you go and write here another shorter number than the 8, you see, so numbers will automatically be picked up. This is how it is.